I'm an earthworm woman. In the mornings, I fill my tanks by breathing the energy of the sea and tasting the power of the sun penetrating my skin. There's an air of no care, which comes with age, and I hold my head up proudly, liking who I've become. I'm not afraid of smells, or dirt, or to walk barefoot across the stones. Sometimes I wade through the shallow water just to embrace its fluid element, my hair often crazy and loose, being pulled by and flying in the wind. I can be glamorous if I want to, although makeup was never my thing. And I've learnt that life is for living, not fearing, and so I absorb it like a sponge. Oh, actually, grand rising, everyone. I'm just put that up there for a second, and I'll talk about that in a minute. I always hate my last shot in that opening thing. That's my bad side. Should have done the other way. That's my vanity. Anyway, good morning, grand rising, everyone. This is potentially the last Earthworm Woman on this platform. We'll be doing obviously Rumble, and who knows, Odyssey perhaps. I'm just gonna wherever we can go to sidestep whatever this dumbass thing is trying to bring in, which is just going to fall down anyway, isn't it? I just want to quickly say a few things. I had a really lovely weekend. I went to Maddalena's event over on the other side of Melbourne, which is a big thing for me. I was just talking to Claire about that, and we're going to bring that up afterwards because it's to do with my driving. And anyway, it was a really successful, and it was a really lovely thing because it was just a connecting of bringing together of her community on that side more. Some of the people who are making their own products and got their own small businesses. And I'll keep promoting Maddalena's stuff, and also I might have another woman called Marilyn on soon who makes sort of cleaning products and things more like that, and sprays and whatever, but it's all really natural, and it was a really good thing to do. So that was like the first artisan market, and there's a raw chocolate woman, and we'll do some more. And we could also perhaps look to do that in different parts of Melbourne. I thought, just rather than we could do one on this side. Anyway, so that was really good. And then in the evening I went to a party and I met a load more beautiful awake people at more of a groovy party. I won't say who she is because she's now really another friend. I'm collecting a lot of beautiful women friends at the moment, which I find it's just really exciting to what's the word? It's not exciting. Is that not really the word? It's almost like it's supposed to be at this moment that I feel very much here for other women. And I think it's a really nice thing when you just, you're going to meet someone, you're going to connect with someone, and I'd never met her in real life, went to her party, and it's like, wow, yep, you're crazy, just like me. And you're a really lovely human. So I've got another one down here. I'm going to let her on in a minute. You probably, but before that, I'll quickly do my other two businesses that support me, and I support them. So there's Denise with her, I can't remember what she's calling her shop now. It's the Hempflower products. She's up in Townsville. Please go and visit her. Go to at the bottom of my thing here is, hi there, Victoria. There is the details to get onto her stuff. And the other one is a Go to Life, and his stuff. And I will be also talking about this. I've been given this copper bottle, so she's another woman perhaps down the track who I'll be able to support. But the Go to Life, this is a review from one of the people who bought the hydrogen water bottle, which is over there. And that's a really good review. You can't actually see the whole thing, but she's been using it and just she says I better mental clarity, blah blah blah. Anyway, so there's the three things. But today I'm going to talk to Claire, and I'm going to bring her on first. You probably all know her because she's sort of famous, actually.
Oh my gosh, I don't know about that. Hello. Good morning.
So Claire and me live in the same area.
The same hood.
And I've noticed that she was doing the same sort of comments that I do, not under her breath though, out on Facebook about the fact that every day, and last night the planes were out. Last night, I don't know if you heard them. We've only just taken off some of our layers, to be honest, in Melbourne. And I noticed Claire was talking about that. And I thought, well, you should come on because you do many other things too. She's got a brilliant story. Not a brilliant. She's got a story
in my glasses.
And no, they're fine.
Body.
She's got a story of how she got to be on our, where she is, and all the things she does now, and where she wants to go from here. So I thought you're a perfect person for this show. So let's have a little bit of a background on where you were, beginning of COVID.
Yeah, sure. Well, thank you. But thank you for having me, firstly. And I just wanted to say that beautiful short film introduction to Earthworm Woman made me teary because that looks like my beach in Sandringham.
It is down there. Yeah.
I was very teary because that's my church, I call it. That's where I go to ground myself, and I go there at least 2 or 3 times a week to exercise and in the summer.
Go to that
swim.
One.
Yeah, I grew up in that. I grew up in Sandringham, Blackrock, and so that feels like home soil to me. So I just love that. It's really
it is like a church. That's sort of the way I feel as well. I mean, I go to more just a closer one, but at the moment, that was down there, and it's just, even it doesn't matter how you're feeling, it just gives you something to start the day or what. Yeah,
it really does. It's beautiful. So yeah, thank you. I feel very humbled to be, asked to speak about my life, and I do apologize about my glasses, everyone. It's kind of annoying me a bit, but I'll try.
We can see your eyes. I can see your eyes. Yeah.
Well, yeah, my name's Claire, and I'm 52 years old now. And I guess my story begins with, I guess, my family and my background a bit. Mum and dad, or my father was and still is quite a well-known musician, and he's one of the Seekers, and he has been a big influence in my life because I'm sort of have a lot of different sides to me, I guess. So one is I'm a singer, and I always knew that from a very young age. And that was sort of like this driving force that sort of kept me sane, I guess, because I never really could cope with the societal structures of 9-to-5 work from a very young age. Although I did end up becoming a nurse later in life, but I was always knew that I could sing, and that was like, at least I know that I've got that gift. And then I started singing professionally quite young, actually. Dad saw that I had a talent for it, and he would get me to record his songs, his demos for songwriters in usually in America. excuse me, in Nashville. So it's kind of country sort of pop sort of songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, life was. I remember. I remember, like, I was talking about this sort of crazy world. I kind of always felt like from a young age that I remember saying to my dad, "We need to move." Nothing ever felt like home. I just never felt like I belonged here in a way. I remember being, maybe 10, 11, saying, "We got to move house now. Oh, this
Well,
isn't the right place."
yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm still like that now. I get very itchy feet.
Oh, me too.
Do you?
We move like every year or every 2 years, like with the kids. Now I've been in the one place for 3 years, and I feel like, oh, this is. I love change. Yes.
Same.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the longest I think I've ever lived in a place in my life. So this is
Wow.
up to 4 years, and it's on like, I don't mean to sound ungrateful, because I'm very grateful to have a home, because but I feel like it's 2 years overdue. I should have moved 2 years ago, and I've
There
actually
we go. Yeah.
starting
2 year
to
itch.
get rid of stuff, to or change stuff around, just so I can feel like, I feel, because I feel
I get it. Yeah. Yeah. Which is probably
trapped.
really healthy. Yes.
Yeah, I think so. Can change something around. I might move my bedroom up near the kitchen or something. I don't know,
Because
but
if you change things like that, sometimes it can bring changes in all kinds of things, or just you might see. I don't know. That's maybe it does. It probably doesn't.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Look,
mean,
anything change.
you
I
probably
say.
as maybe your upbringing as well, because we moved countries a lot. When I was with my
Oh,
family, we lived across. No, we're
yeah.
all going across here now. Oh no, we're all going. We lived in America. We lived back in England. I'm English originally.
Oh,
Lived in New
I did
Zealand.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
Los Angeles. Actually, our house has been, the one we lived in, was burnt down now in those
oh
fires. So
wow. Yeah,
yeah, we spent
I
3 years.
finished school in Los Angeles. Yeah.
Oh wow, high school.
Yeah. An alternative
Oh,
school. Yeah. So it was very with the Arquettes. You know Patricia Arquette?
oh yes, that lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
What were they
Yeah.
like?
Oh, really
Interesting.
nice. Really nice. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I think the
they've lost
Hudson
one of the
children,
brothers.
Kate Hudson and her brother, Goldie Hawn's
Mm.
children, I went to school with.
Oh, sorry,
Not
we're name
Kate, but
dropping
the
there, but
oh yeah, but not that I remember. I was only young. But
yeah.
anyway,
Yeah.
so yeah, so that kind of was the theme, and I always wanted to be a singer, and I did some really great work, and not just for Dad, but then with other songwriters over the
Mm.
years. But I don't know, it was just always seemed to always just be knocking on people's doors. Not that I had lots of like gigs and stuff, especially throughout
Yeah.
my 20s. Studied a bit of acting as well, like you, and a little bit of dance, although my horse stood on my foot, so that was the end of that. Um, but yeah, I was always seeming to be knocking on doors and just never sort of getting the recognition that I was hoping for, or the
Mm.
success, that level
Yeah.
of success. And I was really producing some really high quality
In Australia?
music
More?
here
In
in
Australia?
Australia, England.
Yeah.
And I went over to England and did some of my best work over there with
Well,
songwriters, but quite naive too, with the whole business side of the music industry. And I got sort of shat on, you could say, as far as
mm,
contracts went.
I think Australia does not what's the word? They don't appreciate their artists, their music, like singers, actors. That's why everyone leaves. If they get
Yeah.
slightly successful, neighbors or whatever, they're gone.
Yep.
And it's a real shame. I mean, I've been here for 26 years now, but I remember clocking in my head when you go, because I really wanted to come and be warm. Crazy, I know. And
Warm
I knew,
in
I
Melbourne.
thought, you're going to be giving up a lot of artistic stuff going to Australia. It's just not the same. And it kind of is in Melbourne because, you've got the ratio of people to work. artistic work.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe I was knowing that the 2020 thing was coming. Yeah,
Oh,
certainly gave up
God.
stuff then.
Yeah. Wasn't that a time? I was actually. We can just jump forward to that, and then we can go
No,
back.
you carry on. It's really interesting hearing all that upbringing because you've got this. The Seekers are huge here in Australia.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think it's
They were
really
not actually together when I was growing up, though. They'd actually
right.
disbanded at that stage, and so we went to America when I was maybe 5 or something like that, and that was Dad was songwriting over there with all sorts of people. He wasn't. I don't remember what he was doing because I was quite young. It was during the
Yeah.
time of Star Wars and all that sort of era.
Your
And
camera's gone a bit blurry. I don't know why.
oh, has it? I'm sorry.
Just a bit. That's all right.
Is it better now?
No, it's a bit blurry. Well, one of them's not. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just me. Anyway, carry on. So,
Sorry,
yeah.
everyone. I hope you can see me. I hope you can hear me.
I think that's anyway. That's a little, yeah.
They disbanded at that time, but they regrouped, but without Judith Durham, who was the lead singer, of course.
Yeah.
When I was about 17, but with another singer called Julie Anthony, a famous Australian singer, Julie Anthony. She was like a really big voice, would sing the national anthem at a lot of different events.
Yes, I know her.
Yeah. And they went on a tour of Australia and New Zealand, and I got to go on that tour with Dad and my brother, actually, because my parents divorced when I was 14, and we went and lived with my mum. But anyway,
and did you sing
on tour
on the tour?
That was great.
You didn't sing with them? You weren't singing with them as well?
Oh, I would have liked to, but I was much too young. Yeah, wasn't nowhere near experienced enough to do that. It was 17. 17? Yeah, 17. And but that was amazing. And then they had another singer come in. I think it was Karen Knowles from Young Talent Time. And then quite a few years on from that, Judith Durham came back into the band, but she wanted to call it Judith Durham and the Seekers. She was quite independent. It took a long time for her to agree to come back in, but my goodness, when she did, it was meant to be. And I got to see them, and so did my daughter perform as the group. And even after
I'm just laughing because my dog Olive's growling in the background. It's around a biscuit. Anyway, so you probably can't hear her.
I had to get rid of my dog out of here this morning because she's just likely to bark at any time.
Yeah.
They're so funny, aren't they? These doggies.
Anyway, so sorry.
That's all right. That's okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've had a beautiful experience of watching such talent, and their musical harmonies were just so divine. They were actually a singing group. They're a 4-part singing group, and they work so beautifully together. And I think it was Keith Potger who was the main one in the group who'd put those beautiful harmonies together. That was one of his jobs. But Dad was
one of their records. Yeah.
Oh, get Dad to sign it for you. He just lives around the corner.
Yeah. Well,
he's 83 now. Bless him. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. And so when did you become a nurse?
Oh, well, I started caring for people as soon as I left school, but not as a nurse. Although I did get into nursing, but I did that. I can't do this university thing, so I left and went into just working within home care, they called it, with my local council. I'd ride my bike around until I got my driver's license, and then I became a personal carer. And then at the age of 30, I went and studied nursing.
Wow.
And I became what's called an enrolled nurse, endorsed enrolled nurse. We used to call them nursing assistants, but we pretty much did everything that the other nurses do. We just didn't get paid as much.
I was doing role play work for the enrolled nurses and the other nurses at homeschooling until I couldn't.
Oh,
But
that's where I
yeah.
studied, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It was great,
Yeah,
and,
so
it
you
sort
had
of helped me. Yeah.
a few years then as a nurse, and then
Yes.
what happened
Yeah.
with that?
I worked mainly in psychiatric nursing.
Wow.
So I've been exposed to pretty much the whole plethora of the human psyche.
Mm,
I believe this was the training ground for me for what came next, which was my work in spiritual and psychic development and counseling for people, which wasn't something that came into my life because I was actively seeking it. But anyway, so 2020
gosh.
came along, didn't it?
Yes.
And
Or 21
kind of
probably when
got up
yeah.
that something weird was going on. But it was funny, I was thinking about it this morning. It wasn't because I knew that what they were showing me, I believed for a while it was all what I was seeing was real, and I was
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
deeply disturbed by it. In
Yeah.
fact, so much so that when this was the catalyst for me, I think, because I remember watching it all happen in the very early stages, the people dropping,
Yeah.
dead on the streets and all of that, and watching the Channel 9 presenter
Mm.
talking about it with such a lack of compassion and so robotic that I picked up on it, and I was so upset that I rang Channel 9 to make a complaint. And I said, how
Wow.
do you let this woman speak like this about such a distressing issue? And that's when I realized something wasn't quite right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then thankfully a friend of mine, a trusted friend, said, do you want to take the red pill? And I went, yeah, all right. I don't know what you're talking about, but okay, yeah, I'm ready to hear what you have to say about
Mm.
this. And thankfully I'm an open-minded person and don't just block things off.
Mm.
But so after I was very vocal,
Mm.
and I felt as that my involvement in the protest movement from the beginning almost. I felt like my dad's song, which is later he said, I don't want it used ever again for any political thing, but it wasn't political for me. It was bringing people together to
Yeah,
sing
absolutely.
I'm Australian. He
Yeah.
was too
He wasn't. Oh, that's a
no,
shame. Yeah.
because he wants to protect protect the song because so many different political figures have approached him to use the song, and he
Mm.
thought that it was politically sort of based, where it's more like no, this is about freedom and
Standing up. Yes,
speech.
freedom.
And
Yes. Yes.
but it was a wonderful day nonetheless, so I did it a couple of times and was very vocal on my
I remember you. I remember you there singing. I remember I was there. Those protests were incredible, though.
they
They were
certainly were.
so
Yeah.
powerful.
Yep. I'm not a single regret going to any of those, and
Mm.
whether it helped people or not, I don't know. But energetically, I feel like it was we made a huge difference in
Mm.
yeah.
Had to do what we had to do at the time, and that's the
Yeah.
thing. Because they've fizzled and they're bits however they are now. But I remember one day being a little bit scared.
Yeah,
So I
me
was almost
too.
against a building, and there was so many people in front of me.
Oh goodness.
That it could, but it was amazing at the same time. This is where I met a lot of people I'm like really close friends with now.
Mm,
Um,
same.
just,
Yeah.
just, yeah. But
It's
yes,
interesting how you'd go to those protests too, and there'd be 10,000 people, then 20, 30, 40, but you'd walk in and go, oh, there's such and such again, or oh my
yes,
God, there's that person again. It was weird. It was like we were all meant to be there, and great
meant to
friendships
be
were formed, like
100%.
long.
Yes, Yeah.
really much time. But I was are you asking about the nursing thing, where that went? So yeah, I was very vocal. Obviously, I lost my job because I didn't want to take it.
Participate.
And that job really took me a long time to get. And I thought, beauty, I've got a fantastic job close to home. I was really, grateful for it. But anyway, that was fine. I knew that I had to do what I had to do. I was very vocal on my Facebook page, and little did I know that that was against the rules of APRA and the Nursing Board of Victoria. Then suspended me for doing that, or someone dobbed me in, but they probably, I don't know, whatever. So I couldn't then go back without what they said was being COVID re-educated. And I just said, well, I'm not going to participate in any of that crap. Some people think I should have, and just gone along perhaps. But I'm just.
What do you mean in the last little while, or
like? I mean, yeah, like they sort of said, yeah, well, you can re-register, and it would certainly have been very helpful for me during times of financial stress, which I have been through for the last 5 years, even though I've had different businesses and money coming in from different areas. But I always had that nursing to go back to, on the weekend, whatever. But yeah, I just refused to negotiate with any of their demands, and so yeah, it's
they're giving you demands for a start. It's like you guys were actually wrong, so you should be.
Yeah, to be re-educated about a subject that I was absolutely passionately clear about was just never going to happen. So anyway,
I mean, just on another slight note around that stuff, I saw the Scottish guy, Neil Oliver, doing a whole video. I started watching it this morning. 86% of those things
right
were wrong. Yeah, wrong. Wrong. Stick them up. Wrong. 86% were the wrong outcome.
Yeah. Okay.
And people lost work, or the things they stuck up your nose to test. Yeah.
Oh, those things, right?
Yeah, the ones who they tried to test, because they were, what they were saying was, oh, you've got no symptoms, but you've got it.
Yeah.
But 86% were falsely.
Oh yeah,
this
no
was on
doubt
the news in England. Yeah,
they tried to get me to that job that I lost, quite quickly. When those mandates sort of came in, and they said, before we start, you've got to test yourself, and I'm like, no, I won't be doing that. They said, well, you have to. Like, well, I'm certainly not sticking it up my schnoz. No way.
I did do a few in the beginning, because anyway, we did, but and at that 2021 we had a regional Arts Victoria tour set up, and they said they'll take it away from us if we didn't stick the things up our nose.
Yeah, there we go. So much coercion, so much trauma. Yeah. So that sort of led me into the time of when we were, closed in, and I was homeschooling my daughter, and I took the opportunity to study, and I actually learned. There was probably the most amazing time of growth for me and for so many other people that I've met. And I studied what's called quantum healing hypnosis technique by Dolores Cannon, famous author of this subject. She's very much into the ETs too, but this hypnosis technique takes people back into a past life, a parallel life. There's many different things that people can see. I'm just a guide that takes them back, and their high self will then show them a vision. And it's I tend to think that past lives are all sort of happening at once, but that's very beautiful, and maybe people don't understand that, so I won't go too much into that. But people see the most extraordinary things, and what I'm good at is asking questions. So the questions basically are see, feel, because people experience things in so many different ways, but some people see really. If someone's like astro traveling, no, not really, Victoria, not like astro traveling. That's different. This is hypnosis, but you're very much aware of what's going on with me at the same time. So you're lying down or sitting up, but mainly people lie down, and they go on a journey back in time and space, and their high self is the one that's guiding it. So you see a life, and it's not like a random viewing just for fun and games. It's very, very profoundly deep in the way it's going to help you understand your life right now. So you were saying, Rohanna, earlier that you have a fear of driving on
freeways. Yes, yeah.
So that could be many things. But your high self would hopefully show you a previous life or an incarnation. It may not even be a human one. You could be an elemental. You could be, if you believe in this sort of thing, you could be a tree. You could be a rock. You could be a pebble, water, anything that is. Everything has a consciousness. But sometimes, and it will give you information, but then that's the first part of it. Then, because the questions, with every question, you go deeper and deeper into this place within you, when the ego is just not butting in all the time. So ego can observe and watch, and I know when ego comes in, and that'll be sometimes when the person says, "Oh, I don't believe this is," their eyes are closed, and they'll say, "I don't believe this is happening, this is not real or whatever." But I can see that the breathing patterns have changed up to the chest rather than the belly. I'm looking at the eye movements and all sorts of things. But then we go to the high self, and then the breathing changes again, and then you can answer your own question for yourself. Like, well, Rohanna would like to know why she gets anxiety driving on freeways. What is all that about? And then most of the time, if not all the time, the client will start speaking in the third person. So like, Rohanna really needs to, look back at something in her childhood. It could be anything. I'm just making something up. But you become almost like your own psychic. The client asks their own questions. It's fascinating.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh, look, I might have to come and see you.
Yeah, you're very welcome.
Because it's pardon the pun, drives me insane. That I think, God, you could be there in half an hour, and you've gone on this bloody scenic tour, and and I want to go in. I want to drive interstate. I want to say, "Come on, dogs, we're going here," and I will. I'm not going to let it beat me.
Yeah.
I do think I know where it started, but anyway, that's another thing. But that's interesting. So if anyone wants to, Claire, obviously this is what you do now, part of what you do.
Yeah, I do this. I do energy healing. I don't like calling myself a healer. Lower the camera like that.
So that might help hang on. Is that because of her fuzziness? I don't know who that is. Maybe they're a bit weird, those people. Don't worry.
That better?
No,
weird. Okay, I see what you mean.
I just put two and two together.
Right. Closing that up now. Well, then, compliment, maybe I'll take it.
Can somebody say whether Claire's a bit fuzzy to them? Because to me, you're a little blurry still. That's better. That's way better.
Coming in close like that.
Oh, it's better. But anyway,
Oh, what a
I have
bugger.
to get rid of the OFGG, whoever that is, maybe. Unless you are okay, you're a normal person. But
Yeah, sometimes you get some bots and weird people in these
Mm,
things.
mm.
Yeah, I do apologize if I am blurry. Maybe that's
I've got two setups here,
my
and one of them you
aura.
look completely fine. Yeah, maybe you're giving you're giving out from you're talking from the right place, obviously. Yeah.
Oh, good. I hope so. So yeah, that's one of the things I do. The other work that sort of took me through most of this year was planning a retreat in with 10 of my clients, or most of them are my clients. I took 10 ladies over to Bali on a spiritual retreat. So I was really busy this year and very focused in preparing for that. And it was a wonderful, wonderful retreat. We did I do a lot of inner child healing. That's another
Yeah.
thing that I help people go back and love that part of themselves, and that we tend to push down and suppress. I tend to I have a knack of it's because I am psychic, and I found that out only during the process of learning the hypnosis teaching
Yes.
training, and that developed over time. So yeah, so I teach that quantum breathing. I teach people how to heal their inner child by empowering them to do it themselves, like almost like teaching. I don't like word healing much. More of a
I think I've been talking a lot about this stuff recently. The childhood traumas and so many people have got stuff that happened in their childhood, which they can only work out when it's the right time. I mean, personally, I think I've sort of been going through that a lot of healing stuff in the last 3 or 4 years around that, and actually really finding the essence of myself, like, it's such a long time, and now don't care about anything. I really, as in, I really, really feel like I know who Rahana is, and it's been amazing. I've got an assertiveness. I mean, I've been confident for a while, but there's an assertiveness, which is a different thing. Which OFGG says you are blurry. Anyway, and another person close to me is dealing with the same sort of stuff around, because I think it's such an important thing. If you can work out, if you have problems, if you feel you've got blocks in your life, was there something that happened? What sort of a child? And probably for a huge amount of women, it's around, or maybe men too, it's around worth.
Oh yeah,
Worth. And
absolutely.
why? But why? Why? Is my massive question. Why? If you are supposed given so much love and boosted, and I know I have to my daughter as a child,
Yeah.
why is worth still,
Why is it the pressing one? Why do we feel so unworthy, so unlovable, so stupid sometimes, even things like that? It's one of my favorite spiritual teachers is a guy over in in America, pardon me. His name's David Down Fisher, and he says it's just we can chew the spiritual bubble gum and do courses and have healings and do all of this, but he says that it's the real healing is just again and again and again and again and again, day by day, feeling feeling our emotions and not suppressing them if we can. But we're humans. It is really hard. Like I can understand what you were saying before about starting to know who you are even more. And I'm really happy for you that's because I feel like this year, past 3 or 4 months, I'm going through another death, rebirth process. The last 3 months, I look all right today, but I've been extremely low in mood.
Oh,
This weather, as we've talked about, a few
yes.
now,
Mm.
really has started to screw with my head,
Mm.
because where is my son? I need that.
Oh,
I need
totally.
it,
Yeah.
and it's very difficult to just watch the clouds being just watch our sun just disappearing
Them
when I
blocking our sun. Yes.
energy from it.
Yeah. I was just going to just jump back for a second there. What you're talking about, what you're talking about, and what it is living in the moment, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's like you're saying about feeling however you feel in different times, and that's what really feel like I've been just more and more learning, but also that's the essence of how I haven't even tried to be. I've just sort of been for a while
mm,
now. This last year, perhaps, or I don't even know what it is. Maybe it's a year ish, most of the year. And it just gives a power because I don't know, just things are
how do you stay in the moment? I'd like to hear that for my own learning too.
all right, saying the moment.
Yeah.
Um, well, I don't even know. I just try and hear,
Mm-hmm.
listen, and feel.
Yeah.
And if somebody, like my daughter's down or whatever, I just listen
Mm-hmm.
instead of trying to fix it or trying to, she's on her thing, and I'm having a different relationship with my son now, and everybody probably knows now Michael and I have divorced, and that even though that's been like 3 years in the making, but or actually more, but I'm a far stronger human now. I don't know if
Yeah.
that's to do with being in the moment, but
Yeah. Oh, I
I
reckon it
don't
would
know.
be
I don't
practicing.
know.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's
Vitamin D
uh,
plays a major role in mood, of course. Yeah, yeah.
oh, it certainly does to me. I'm just a sun bunny.
Me too.
Whenever it's out, I'm out there.
Me too.
So
Were you born in the summer? You're a summer
no,
month?
no, I wasn't. I
Mm,
was born in the middle of winter. Oh, not in the middle, June 12th. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So, but you know,
There's
mum
Denise. I
was
did
always
plug you at the
baking.
beginning.
My whole life with baby oil. I was always loved the sun. And interesting. Oh, what's this one saying? Hemp oil. Oh,
So
thank.
this is Denise. So she's talking about her products, which she's got the shop up, but she also has an online whole hemp extract. I take Denise's hemp oil. Um, it's a really good thing she talked to me a lot about this because depression is a huge thing, not for me, but
Mm.
uh, and I think
Oh, for it. Thank you, Denise. I might try that.
so she's hemp flower. I'll put your thing again. It's actually in the whole Denise's website and everything's in the bottom of this. It should come up online at the end, otherwise I'll put it there.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very
Living in
much.
the now. That's exactly it. And I can't even, I don't know what it is. It's just, I suppose it's being open to life as well. And I think it's allowed me to been meeting the right people at the right
Yeah.
time. I'm not
Yep.
worried
Yeah.
about if I'm on my own first in my life. That's my journey from here, whatever, isn't relationship wise, but
Mm.
yeah,
Yep.
try not
I,
to. Yeah.
I feel like I'm sort of coming out the end of it, hopefully.
Hmm.
But I just got to, I guess, respect the process. And
She wants to
there's
contact
been.
you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, please. They are amazing. Definitely. They're so cool. I love having them. The last one I had, I was a unicorn, believe it or not.
Wow.
Some people are, have the most incredible experiences, the messages that come through. I had a person have a life. She's been showing one of the lives she showed. She was a jellyfish, and she was just sort of going through the water, and I said to the person, like, what do you feel the life lesson was that of that, the life purpose? And she said, well, it was a sort of a really difficult existence, because she could feel, how this jellyfish was sort of on its own. It was sort of was it anyway? She understood that it pertained to her, that it was like, life doesn't have to be so hard. There's always these profound meanings behind it.
Yeah. I tell
That's
you
just one.
what, she was a bat, she said.
Oh,
Now,
wow. That's cool.
I am 100% with you on the sun thing. It gives me absolute energy. I bumped into this woman the other day who I know a little bit. She's actually a casting director, and she lived around the corner, and she moved up to Queensland, and she's just had to get away from us from here. Anyway, I bumped into her the other day. I said, I thought you were in Queensland. She said, no, I've moved back. She said, doesn't matter where you go. It's all the same. It's all the same.
Oh, that's
So
great.
the other thing, I mean, maybe outside Australia, but the other thing is, and I've been talking to my friend a lot about this. She's been asking, because we've both been feeling the same, and we're not together or whatever. There's lots of shifts going on, Sometimes I feel like the ground is moving or something.
Wow.
There are lots and lots of astrological shifts, and it's all part of what's going on. And so we're possibly exceedingly sensitive also to, picking up the vibrations, the whatever, the electronic, the energetic fields. And it's so, even though you may feel down, it's purging possibly as well,
Yeah, it could very well be. I've had I have been very sensitive type of person, from a very, very empathic type of person, activist, for animals my whole life. But when I was 20, I started to be attacked psychically in my sleep. So pinned down to the bed, and very, very frightening things going on.
Oh my goodness.
Unexplainable, and I had no one really to talk to about it. I think I approached my dancing teachers or something at the time, and she may have been the most spiritual person I knew, but she didn't really have much to say at the age of 20, and many strange visitations in the night. But the one thing it does is, is make me feel stronger in myself, because I didn't I could have gone to someone else to heal myself, and had a lot of people saying you got to go to this person, because what's been happening to me the past year has been the strongest attacks, and it's in the night, quite, not just a night terror. I'm talking real stuff like poltergeist type entities.
Oh my goodness.
And but it's, I healed myself from it, and I think I don't know whether it's an initiation into something, my next sort of thing, but it just made me realize how powerful we are,
When you said there was a death, you're not talking a physical death. You're talking about
just within me,
spiritual
like
death.
Yeah, like I've had, and I was going to say, like, a lot of us, who have awakened, I feel, in 2020 or even earlier, have had kind of difficult life paths, and I seem to keep getting things stripped away from me. Like I feel like I'm just, like they did, this year is the year of the snake, as some people may know. And it's, death of ego, perhaps. Without ego, we can't survive, though. but yes, I'm like this really stripping back, like, who the hell am I? What am I here for? I thought I knew for a while there, and then I'm just sort of don't really know where I am at the moment.
But that is possibly a good thing, because some people don't ask that. People don't ask that. They just go through robotically, I do this, I do that. But if you don't know who you really, the essence of really who you are, I mean, or find more and more, I think that's a really good, sounds like a good thing, even though you're feeling pain. And
Yep.
I can't talk about a certain person who's very close to me who's really going through, and I just think, I think you're going through something. You'll come out better the other end.
Yeah, I really hope so. I know so. There's, I know I've had many dark nights of the soul. You call them that, you can call them whatever you want. But one thing I do know, that nothing is permanent, and that has really been one thing that's, got me through it. And that, that we're stronger than our pain. We really are. Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
And it's that change, see? Change.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. So I sort of like trying my hand at a few different things. I really want to sing again. I've sort of blocked. It's interesting. I haven't, because I always had the nursing to fall back on. Now I can't do that. Now I'd say I did have my nursing registration, I'd be nursing right now. Well, not right now, but but I'm being forced to look at why I can't, or why I haven't pursued the singing, which is my gift from God, because I always I was probably afraid of it, of rejection or whatever it might be, which goes back to many different things in my family. But I've got to really going into that at the moment. So I think next year, hopefully, fingers crossed.
Is it rejection or is it it can't be judgment, because, but what rejection in what way?
Well,
I wonder.
Rejection of me believing I'm not good enough. There we go again.
Well, there we go. That's judgment.
Not worthy of success, and that goes back to probably having a parent. One of my parents maybe overprotective, saying, "Oh, you really probably you need a real job." There's the programming. You need a real job in this world. Don't get caught on being a singer.
But even though he was
he was trying to protect me, but unfortunately it pushed me down to I'm not good enough to do that.
Yes, that's what you read. That's what you felt. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Listen, I don't want to talk about me, but I 100% get it. Like, I have 2 actors for parents.
Really?
My mum gave up acting and had 6 kids, and she was probably the better actor. And she was doing really well, starting to do really well. Not necessarily, they were in Canada and America then. But my siblings were all artistic, and there's always been I started dance. Dance was my thing first, and then I thought,
thought you might have been. You look like a dancer.
Yeah. Then I thought, I want to speak as well. I want to, but I've also felt that I can't really, because it's someone else. My older sister is an actor. But then, no, I started doing lots of physical theatre, but now acting is I've done it for years and years now, but it's that thing of, but the worth thing and the feeling like you're not good. Both of my kids got it, I have to say. And I just think, I've never done anything but encourage you.
Yeah, I know.
And you can't even say, I'm terrified to say that. What's that?
Yeah, look, I was just saying, my dad's been so supportive of me. He taught me how to sing in the studio, all of that. It was just that protective thing of, I don't want you to struggle. That's all he was doing. But unfortunately, it's, for me, I sort of took it as,
yes,
I better
you read it as, well, we're going to say this the nice way. maybe get another job. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what you read it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, you look gorgeous, but go get a different girl.
Yes, right.
Yeah,
That,
that's sad, isn't it?
or,
That
the universe and had a different plans for me, and maybe getting caught
mm,
up in that music industry, and may have been dangerous. Who knows? Like, we know lots of more things about that now than we ever did. But
yes,
yeah, and I'm
yes,
looking forward to
but it's you. Yeah,
who I am.
mm,
Yeah, yeah.
absolutely.
Mm.
Oh, I mean, I love singing too, but I'm not a singer. But I was in a little band in London, in an easy listening band. We used to go and play in this little club. It was fantastic. Loved it. But it's more scary than acting, singing.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Why do you find it more scary?
uh, because you don't. Well, no, if you're doing theatre, you don't really know how it's going to come out either. Um, it's
I
you're
do know.
opening more of your. I think you're opening more of your soul or something. You're really
Yeah,
and you have to be able to do that to sing properly. Otherwise, you're just giving a bit of your voice. Yeah, you're really
yeah. I remember,
giving.
like, sometimes my friends would say, if I was at a party or something, "Oh, come on, just sing us a song." It's just, I'd be like, "Oh, no
Yeah,
way!" But no
yeah,
problem up in front of 1,000 people,
that's
or
right.
it's
Yeah,
almost like you can't look into their eyes. Then it's
no,
so
but
much
you're also
easier.
very likely you go into your own sort of self when you're doing it. You go into your own kind of inside, whatever. You're not thinking I'm performing. That's the thing. It's like hey, act or do it on tap. No, hang on, no, you got to actually get in there.
Yeah,
It's you can't.
I love it. I
That's
love how with my daughter too is a beautiful singer, and I knew
mm,
that from a young age, listening to her. I used to sing to her when she was little, and
mm,
sing when I was pregnant and all that. But she was with me the other day, and she was talking about, she's in year 11 and wondering what she's going to do soon and all that, and I said, you don't have to
mhm.
worry about what you're going to do yet. You're only 15. Like, oh, poor thing. Like, don't
Wow.
get
Mm,
too hung up on it. But she was saying, about singing. I said, and I thought, this is my opportunity. I
mm,
said, you could be a singer in the opera in Italy if you wanted. I said, you
wow.
can do
Yeah.
anything. If you want to be a singer, you be a singer. No, you don't. And I thought, I'm going to have to. I wanted her to know that she could do
Yeah.
whatever to do. So I
Absolutely.
don't.
We can't put blocks up. I mean, they've got to find their way, but absolutely
Yeah,
giving them the positive. Um,
yeah. Yes,
well,
indeed.
this is part of the whole thing. We've got to actually connect on the outside of this world. You can organize women's, and I do think that's potentially so. Just as far as here, if everyone
Mm.
wants to, I think it's called earthwormwoman at proton.me. I'll put it all over the thing so that we don't lose touch with everybody because we're probably going to be off of this. So Victoria's heaps of fun at
I love karaoke. I used to be a karaoke host. I still
oh,
love
did
that
you?
job.
Yeah.
Mm. It's great
There's
fun.
a
I used to love it at
there's a
the
guy called
Elwood Land.
Alfredo. I don't know his last. Can't remember his last name. I don't know if anyone watches him. He's Italian. Is he Italian? Yeah, Alfredo, and he sings at the Ligon bar,
Oh
and then
yeah.
he goes off after that, and he goes to karaoke places. He's a funny guy. He videos himself eating, and then through the night he goes off to these places, and he comes across these karaoke bars and whatever. But yeah,
Is he a YouTube person in Melbourne or something?
no, he's
Alfredo.
just one of us who has always been a singer, quite well known, and
Oh, okay.
yeah,
So fun.
Alfredo, his name, but yeah, but well,
Italian.
I think I do. It just feel. I wish I could give you a big hug in the room, but I do feel you're on a journey. Yeah, obviously, and
Yeah.
like you said, you were quite inspired seeing um, Mercy Wolf's last
Yes.
week.
I was. What a beautiful name she has too.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed that. And I do feel like in the next 2 to 5 years I'll certainly be living somewhere else, and
same.
stripping back
Yeah.
yet again. I don't want all this stuff anymore. I'm finding it
Mm.
more and more overwhelming me. The more things I have and collect, the more heavier I feel within myself. So when she said when she'd done that, I thought, wow, what a brave woman. Hello, if
Yeah.
you're
Well,
watching.
she'd always been quite, yeah, hopefully she will, quite like you, like us, likes change, moving a lot. But she'd been in a reasonable, well, cheap place in Sydney, and she was
Yeah,
and she had a son as well. But yes, she's, yeah, discovering herself through in other places and everything, and finding really what she wants to do or can do,
I
rather,
think
not
moving
want.
is such a natural human thing to do. It's like
Yeah.
we're nomadic at our core. I feel so. When you were saying I feel trapped, I felt it the other day, and then the weather kind of came in and sort of doubled that down. But I guess we can go into ourselves and find that freedom within ourselves.
Mm.
But
Yeah, you
you
said the
know,
word trapped, I think, and I said that's just how I've been feeling, trapped by every day they're doing this stuff and whatever. But um, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah, because we're kind of more, especially here, taught that you buy a house and you renovate and you stay there, and then you pass it
yeah,
on, and you just stay in one place. I couldn't think of
hmm
anything worse, sorry. Just not my thing, never has been. I mean, I know Michael's living in a bus now, but when we lived in America, we lived in a bus, and we lived in a bus in Canada first. We bought it there and traveled all the way across Canada, me and my family,
oh wow,
and traveled down the west coast of America and then halfway across. And I mean, probably not because my age, I wasn't that feeling that I was a bit stuck then, but living in a bus with your family. But
it's like
an
heaven to me.
upbringing of moving is
Mm,
yeah. And I personally, at the moment, have been thinking, okay, so well, maybe I should get a vehicle that I can move in, move around in,
yeah,
and sleep in.
I reckon that sounds brilliant. And
Mm,
when your children are, you're ready to feel like they can sustain themselves without you,
yeah,
or same for
or I
me.
can come.
I'm out here.
That's why I've got to get the freeway thing sorted. See,
Yeah.
otherwise I'll be taking the longest routes everywhere.
I'll master those freeways. I'll help you. I
She's
remember
on the
getting a
back
bit
street.
too when I was in bands, and I'd have to, travel across, to Melton or somewhere like that, and then
Mm,
at night, and yeah, it can
mm.
be pretty scary.
A
Melbourne
lot of people,
freeways are
yeah,
gnarly.
yeah,
I
yeah.
understand what you mean. I used to hate going to gigs. Like I was in a group called Baba for a while, and we'd
Ah,
play everywhere around Victoria, and I would have to drive to these unknown because Melbourne's just so massive, and
mm,
I'd be like going, "Where's Greenvale?" Like, I mean, I don't go there. I'm from down
yeah.
somewhere I visit. Or where's I don't know,
Exactly.
Donvale, or there's just like there's and
No, it's very spread out,
okay,
yeah.
back then with the Melways,
Mm,
not
that's
a
right.
not a scary,
Well,
like
we have
looking
to
at
now
your car
learn
going,
to psychically know where we're going, 'cause, eventually
yeah,
they'll
that's
take
right.
Google Maps off.
Yeah.
Anyway, um, lovely, lovely chatting with you, and anything else you wanna
Yeah.
say, or, you know?
Pardon me?
Anything else you wanna say before we
Oh,
finish?
look, no, I just want to thank you so much for chatting with me, and
No, it was
I
absolutely
hope my
natural.
story can, maybe help other people, and
And
um,
Denise and you are gonna get in touch. So,
yes,
Denise
please,
Parr.
please, yeah, yeah. My I'm on
Denise
Instagram.
Parr, there we go.
I've got a few Instagram accounts actually. One of them, I suppose we can put them in the links down below, but or
Oh,
my email.
I can give you Denise's, email. after
Okay.
this. Or
Yep.
and we've all got to share phone numbers and things like that because of the anti-digital
Yeah, I
stuff.
think meet up for a luncheon would be good too.
We have to meet up for sure.
Melbourne.
It's like an
Yeah.
earthworm woman luncheon.
Yeah,
Just
that
want
would be
to,
amazing.
yeah, exactly. I'm just going to say that everyone's probably been wondering, Jan, not blunting. I've your 4 free tickets to Marooned. I've got to take her. She's coming from Brighton area, I think, and she's coming on the Saturday morning, so she's absolutely wants the tickets. So
I'd like
it's
to,
wonderful.
if I could get the dates. What are the dates, please?
I'm doing it up in Colac on the 12th and 13th, so it's this Friday and Saturday.
Okay.
But the Friday's the evening and the Saturday's the morning, because we've got a small grant from the Farmers Health, National Centre for Farmers Health. And so I've tried to make it times that would suit them.
Oh, okay. That's very,
So it's a
very.
play about suicide. But it's more about life, and it's a great piece that's been going for a long, long time. So again, anyone who wants to, the things on the front of this, anybody that wants to come and see it, but my plan is to make it into a film after this, and it potentially will come back to Melbourne as well. I'm looking at doing it at the Abbotsford Convent, actually.
Oh, what a beautiful.
Yeah, I've got so much to do at the moment. And I've got to go do a boring job to help pay the rent now. Anyway, thank you. Lots of love, lots of
love to you.
yeah.
Thanks, and
Thanks everybody for watching. So I'll tell you, I'll be in touch with you, Jan, and I'll be in touch with you, Claire, and we'll have a walk on the beach.
Yeah, yes, definitely. God bless everyone. Have a beautiful week.
Take care, and we'll end with Maddalena's products. You want some Christmas gifts, or Denise has got some beautiful stuff too, of course. What do you want to donate goodies to? You already have. Denise is I haven't met her, obviously. She's in Townsville, but she's I can just feel her. I can feel her energy from here. I've spoken to her on the phone, but yeah. All right. Take care, everyone. Bye.
Bye, everybody. Thanks.
I am not just a product made to satisfy the pocket, nor do I require the same fame others seek. I desire your heart, the passions that make you a woman, any woman, every woman. My scents are a representation of purpose, courage, confidence, each botanical ingredient a praise of thanksgiving and self-care. The way I feel upon your flesh, a comfort of nourishment, as I feed dehydrated and depleted layers of skin, bursting for a new life of regrowth and youthfulness. If I stir your soul with each application, let it be known that you, too, are an intimate duet woman.